Hey everybody, welcome to our February pick a card reading. So today we're going to do a general reading for our forecast for the month ahead of February 2023. However you watch this later, then maybe this is for the whatever month you found it on at that time. I don't know. I have 3 bracelets for you to choose from. I'm going to give you close-up shots because this background is really not conducive to showing off these bracelets. But I have all 3 of these are beaded bracelets from Colombia that I got from the medicine man I used to sit with. So the first one is a snake, the second one is a butterfly, and the third one is an owl. Take a moment to figure which one resonates with you, and then you can find timestamps below to jump to your reading. Pile 1, if you chose the snake, then this will be your reading. All right, pile 1. I'm gonna be honest, this is a very interesting reading. The bottom of your deck is a King of Wands. You also have the King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. And then it's just, it's a lot of big energy. You have the Hermit, which is a major arcana. You have the Magician, 3 court cards. And then even your minor arcana cards are pretty like strong cards, I would say. A lot of it seems to revolve around like, okay, so if I had to take a guess, and I do, because that's what we're doing here, it looks like maybe some business partnerships are crumbling or falling away. Maybe there's a betrayal in a business partnership. We have this 9 of Pentacles in reverse being clarifying our 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords is exactly what it looks like, which is kind of heartbreak. It's a heartbreak kind of card. But it's clarifying this in reverse. So this card is a lot about financial independence, and it shows like this kind of pre-empress in her garden with her bird hanging out. She has everything she needs. She doesn't need anything from anybody kind of energy. It's a very financial independent single mom kind of card. And you also have the King of Pentacles over here clarifying a reverse 3 of Wands, which it just shows me like a delay or a problem or some stopping point in like a new business endeavor, or maybe something in the career wise for you that's just not flowing right. Like both of these, having the King of Pentacles clarifying this card in reverse and having this card being clarified by this 3 of Swords, kind of both give me the same energy of like something's not working right in your financial landscape. And I think for a lot of you, again, this is a general reading, so I'm reading for a lot of people all at once, so this is going to be generalizations. You have to figure out kind of how it applies to your situation. But for a lot of people, I would say that there seems to be like a tug of war between the creative aspects of a business endeavor, or maybe wanting to do something creative instead of something, maybe you're in accounting and you really want to be a painter, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like maybe a tug of war between creativity and like stoic business mentality. Or it could also include like the business collapsing, business partners being shady or, you know, fucking you over essentially, in one way or another. But I think a lot of it is pushing you towards a more creative endeavor. The strongest positive energy that I see in this reading is the Moon being clarified by the Queen of Wands. And the Moon is very much a like intuitive, intuition, artsy-fartsy kind of card. It's also very much a card about allowing yourself to be guided one step at a time, and not like when you walk by moonlight, you can only see a little ways. Like you can't see the entire horizon at night. Even on a nice full moon, you can see a lot, but you can't see everything. Whereas by the sunlight, you can kind of see everything. So the Moon card can kind of show like having to have a little faith and moving forward one step at a time, not knowing where the path is going. And that's being clarified by the Queen of Wands, which is very much the Wands is like a fire, spirit, creativity, energy kind of card. So it's almost like this very positive momentum towards something more creative and allowing your intuition to guide you in how to do that. Like it may seem impossible. Like I want to be a painter, but I don't know how to do that. That seems impossible. How could I possibly do that? But the universe is like pushing you to like go ahead and try, and you're like, what is that going to get me? And the message really is that like you don't have to understand how it works in the end. Just move forward a little bit right now. That's kind of like what that means. You also have the Magician reversed with the Hermit reversed, and it's very similar kind of energy of like blockages around creating your own reality, like blockages that aren't working for you and a need to kind of go within, or like a need for you to essentially rethink what it is you're creating and kind of take a moment to sit with yourself to figure out what that is and like where are you trying to guide yourself to and what are you trying to create in your life. And it's almost like just, I think for you, February may be a big kind of like reassessment of where you've been going and what you've been doing and how you want to move forward. And I think there may be a collapse of some partnerships or alliances that are not actually serving your highest good. And that may be very, very, very painful. Hence our glorious, you know, 3 of Swords cards over here. I'm gonna, if you're new here, my reading is a little unorthodox in that I will pull 8 cards and then I'll pull a pyramid on top of that, which is what I'm gonna do now. This gives some clarity and help us move forward a little bit. What to do next. Okay, so yeah, first of all, there's a lot of 1s and 3s, 1s and 3s, 1s and 3s, 1s and 3s. So we had that 3 of Swords card already, 3 of Swords card already come up, right? That was earlier. We also just got the 3 of Cups here, and we got the 3 of Pentacles here. We also have the Magician again, which we already had, which is a 1 card. We have the Root Chakra, Base Chakra, which is a 1 card. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a 1 card. So we got a lot of like 1s and 3s. Oh, I just fucked up my order. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't worry. It's fine. We have a lot of 1s and 3s going on, and I would say the overriding message now that I have more of a clarity around the path forward is it's almost like through February for, you know, the viewers watching here, it's going to be like a reassembling of partnerships and alliances, because we do have the 3 of Cups here that's moving in, that's the base of our pyramid, just moving in with the 3 of Pentacles here, which is also a collaborative card. This is a collaborative card. So there's a positive collaboration card. We also have the Heart Chakra, the Root Chakra. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician at the top. So it's almost like throughout the month of February, what you are really learning is how to live. I can't find the word, but how to like be the magician, how to wield the elements to create your, you know, life. It seems like it starts blocked, or it's I think maybe January going into February, it's blocked. Like you're having blockages, you're having problems maybe in January, and then it's in February that need to kind of go within and figure out what you need to reassess and what you're gonna change and what you're gonna alter. Is kind of what's happening. And then with that comes some like healing and some recognition, and you maybe can move out of survival mode. I think maybe you've been in survival mode for a while. That's why that all those blockages were happening in the first base layer. And now we have the Root Chakra up here. I just feel very confused on this reading. Like, since I started pulling these cards, I just feel very like confused and like blah, 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 blah. And I feel like maybe you've just been in survival mode a lot for the past little while in February, maybe where things begin to align for you. And you're meeting the right people that you need to actually move you and your goals forward, and kind of hold on to more of that magician energy, because that's when the way I pull my cards, kind of the card at the top of the pyramid up here, which is the Magician, and this deck is called Awareness, but it's the Magician card, is all about like learning to create our reality and learning how to wield all 4 elements to like do what we want and accomplish what we want to do. I'm going to pull you a few oracle cards for some additional guidance, and then that'll be it. Oh God. I don't even know what's happening here. Just chaos. Okay, so for some additional guidance, I want to say too that there's a lot of green and red happening here, which again, it's back to that same base chakra and heart chakra situation. It's about like your foundations and survival and feeling grounded and rooted in your life and having stability, like that kind of energy, as well as having, you know, love and open heart chakra. Seems to be a big theme for you for the month. I just pull up more green as well. And we have over here by this Three of Swords card, the like heartbreaking card, we have Void of Course Moon, which says nothing will come of the situation. And it's almost like a message for you that like whatever alliance, partnership, or situation collapsed recently, probably January, maybe even December, but collapsed recently, and that you're trying to figure out how to salvage because you want things to work out, it won't. And like it's spirit trying to be like, just let the chips fall where they may. We have other things, we have other plans for you. Please let us help you to like have the right alignments that you need. You need different alignments than what you've had, so we're trying to work on that. You also have a time to give rather than take, New Moon in Virgo. So I mean, if our hand is always out all the time and we're trying to get more, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You have to give in order to receive. So make sure that you are also being generous and making sure that you're giving with an open heart, not with the intention of receiving, but like make sure you give and feel the gratitude for being able to do that as well, because that will help open you up energetically to receive more. You have your dreams need a practical plan. And that seems like it might be part of the reason why things haven't been working, is that you didn't actually have a very practical plan. You had a dream and you're like, let's do this thing, but the plan lacked, like real logistical things. Like again, I feel confused on this. My brain has been blah. But you needed to like sit down, get pen and paper and figure out like, if this is the goal, this is where I'm going, what are the steps that need to happen between now and then to achieve that goal? And then you break those steps up into a timeline of like, okay, so in 6 months I need to have this accomplished. So that means that in 3 months I need to have this accomplished, which means in the next month I need to have this accomplished. Like break down your goals into a plan so that you actually can accomplish them readily and the universe knows exactly what you're working on at that point in time. I am going to grab a couple of unicorns and then one Lemurian, and then we'll go from and then that'll be it. Okay. So for your unicorns, the first one you got was Sanctuary. Take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on retreat. This is actually sitting right on top of that Hermit card from the beginning where I was talking about maybe taking some time to go within and figure some things out. So this is a reassessment of that. Like, I think maybe the alignment that's happening is more towards the end of the month, but like in order to have an alignment, you must make the space for that new alignment. So this is about you making the space, creating an empty vacuum that the universe can fill with the appropriate people, places, and things, so it says to take some time out, go and meditate, go on retreat. So that's something you might want to take some time with. You also have discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing and keep your dreams a secret. This is often a card that comes out if you may have people in your immediate social surroundings that they're not actually cheering for your success, Even if they love you, they may not be cheering for your success because they're already left behind. So it helps if when you're working on something, if it's not solidified yet, to keep it to yourself until it's actually solid. That way there are no counter intentions that could bleed in and be problematic for you. You also have friendship. Seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, and spend more time socializing. It seems counterproductive to have the Sanctuary card and the socialization card, but the energy that this card is giving me is like, maybe you haven't been surrounding yourself with the right people, and maybe you need to be finding different people. I know like making friends is hard as an adult, but I think if you step back and look at, everybody in your, immediate contacts on your phone and figure out which of those people you think are more positive and more beneficial on an impact to you energetically. Those people you should spend time with. And then you have support, ask for help, get more rest, and nurture yourself. So those friendships are important because you need the good friendships to help you out when you need it, and also spend time alone, right? So like, it's interesting what's happening. So you have this discernment, and if you look at this card, she's like side-eyeing off to the side, right? And the way I have it laid down, she's like side-eyeing over here to the friendships. And then we have the support and sanctuary here. So it's like finding the balance between your support and spending time alone, and making sure that, and discerning that they're the right people that you have around you right now. Lastly, we will have one Beyond Lemurian card, which I will read to you. And that will be the end of the reading. Okay. No. That was like 4 cards. No. These cards have descriptions on the back. There's 2 here, isn't there? There is. I guess I'll read them both. They're stuck together. I guess I'll read them both. So these cards are like, they're channeled paintings. And there's like full-size versions of this deck, which I have, but I don't use them for readings because the book descriptions are very long. These ones have descriptions on the backs of the cards, so I will read you these. The first one is Gracious Receptivity. If there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor. Survival. That's what this is all about, right? It's that energy you keep sitting in. I lost my spot. We temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow, as we discussed already with the giving and taking. Each allows space for the other. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From here, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. So this is a lot about that balance of giving and taking, and survival and thriving, and like, I feel like it's a good summary of part of what we've gone over. I'm guessing this will be the other summary. Fire. Solaris Sublime. We live in a dualistic world. More about duality. Bringing light and dark into balance and being real with our humanness can allow us to reach more joy, authenticity, and depth. By accepting and loving all of ourselves as we are, we can extend more of this love and have greater compassion for others. This painting portrays the balanced dance of creation. As the dragons come together, here, I'll let you see it. As the dragons come together, they dissolve into one with all that is. In this place of, I'm doing a travel jump. In this place of coalescence, both sides fuse in oneness, not just as a re-emerging with the universe, but in an alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force we truly are. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful painting too. So yeah, that's the end of your reading. If you have any comments, I recommend always to leave, write in the comments box. I mean, it does help me, but for you, write down which pile you picked so that you can come back later and remember which one it was, and so you can reference it if you would like to. Other than that, it really helps me a lot. If you do like, subscribe. Subscriptions help. Please hit subscribe. I'm losing subscribers every month now. I don't know why. Subscribe and like and comment and share, and all those things super help me, and I appreciate them a lot. So thank you and have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, pile 2, if you chose the butterfly bracelet, then this will be your reading. Alright, pile 2, like, look, I'm just gonna be honest, this looks terrible. Like, this doesn't look good. That's not bad that it doesn't look good. It just, you know, that's alchemy if you want. Okay, let me just backtrack. Okay, you have the Sun card, which is the happiest card of the deck. All's well that ends well, right? I think all will end well. Only through great discomfort. But that's alchemy. That's how alchemy works, okay? Harder you fall, higher you bounce, that kind of thing, right? That's the nature of evolution. You gotta, you know, destroy some things to build some new things, which is what's gonna happen. Looks like, but it almost looks like, you know, like this has been a long time coming. You're aware of it, is what I would guess. something is definitely collapsing. Partnerships for sure. I think you're starting to discern who is or isn't trustworthy. I think you've burned some bridges, had some bridges burned. I think that's all coming to a head in February. I think you're very aware of what all of those things are. This isn't the kind of energy that comes out of nowhere. This is like, yeah, we've been in this for a minute kind of energy. It looks like, surprisingly, what I would say is that it looks like above all else, it looks like you're keeping your head above water. Like, you strike me as the kind of person who is managing chaos well. Like, you have this Two of Pentacles card that was like the first one to come out. And you're like, oh, fuck, oh man, like, this is a lot, but I can juggle this. This is fine. This is fine. It's like that meme of the little dog surrounded by fire being like, this is fine. That seems like it's you. Like, that's the energy you have. And the first card is that Two of Pentacles, and the last card is the Sun card, which is the happiest card of the deck. So it's just like, ugh, you just gotta get through this ick. You gotta get this ick. And it looks like this ick creates a profound change of perspective and maybe a new, some sacrifice you're having to make is leading you to a profound new perspective, which then leads to happiness. But in between there's a lot collapsing. There's a lot of like higher learning kind of stuff that seems to be going on. And I feel like maybe that's one of the things that you're still need to catch on a little bit more of. You have the High Priestess card. You also have the Hierophant in reverse. That's clarifying that Two of Pentacles card. It's very much a higher learning, higher education, intuition kind of thing. And I would say that it almost appears as though like you have your intuitive nudges, but maybe amidst the chaos, you're not doing the homework to really get the higher learning out of it. And that's what the universe is pushing you to do right now, is to like really have a lesson learned from all of it that you can actually articulate and maybe give to somebody else is like the thing. I'm gonna build our little clarifying pyramid. If you're new here, I build clarifying pyramids. That's what happens. It's 8 cards followed by a pyramid followed by some oracle cards. I don't really feel the need to dive into these much more. I feel like you're probably reading, you're probably on YouTube being like, I need a 50 card reading because this is shit and I want to know that good things are coming afterwards, and they are. So like, if that's what you're here for, yeah, I will try to use some more information though. But as of right now, the first 8 cards I draw are baseline. And our baseline is like, yeah, I mean, you're managing some bullshit pretty well, but it's still some bullshit. Super interesting. It's interesting because, I draw the 8 cards, that's the baseline, and then the pyramid is kind of what shows us our pathway forward. And I always say that the most important cards in the pyramid are the base and the top. So your base is the 3 of Wands, which is, in this deck, is called Partnerships and Alliances. It's very much a like new endeavors with other people kind of thing. And the top of your pyramid is actually this same Two of Pentacle cards, but in this deck it's called Movement, Choices, and Decisions, but it's the Two of Pentacles in this deck. So it's almost like that is, not only is that kind of this energy you're going into, but that is the energy you're maintaining it, and it is the end result. It's the decisions of what do you do next with all of these things. Now, you're probably like, that's why I'm here, Stormy, and I got you, hold on. So the cornerstones of your pyramid are the 9 of Swords and also the 4 of Wands, which is, I mean, the 4 of Wands on top of the Sun card is such a like happiness in the home kind of energy. Like, it's such a beautiful, like, your home life, just wonderful, perfect, beautiful happiness at home. The 9 of Swords is very much a like, in this deck it's called Suffering in Silence. It's very much like spiritual, like, what's the word? Come on, words, come to me. It's like when you've been going and going and going and you're exhausted, it's like I have no word. Fortitude. That's not the word, but that works. Fortitude, spiritual fortitude. It's like you've been going and you've been fighting this kind of internal battle about what you do in your life and like what's happening next, and all of this has been happening for a really long time and you're kind of exhausted with it. However, the answers are already there. The step between your base and your top is the High Priestess card, again, which we already had to begin with, and the Crown Chakra card, which is it's your connection to the divine. So it's almost like the solution to your answers is to follow your intuition. And Spirit doesn't want you to get these exact answers. Like, Spirit is like, no, don't go on YouTube and try to get somebody to tell you in a pick a card reading what you have to do. We're begging you to please follow your instincts and your intuition, because that is what we want you to learn. Like, you're supposed to be learning the value of tapping in to your connection with the divine and using that as your guideline. This is not a place to get the answers. And going in on a binge and watching a bunch of pick a card readings on YouTube is also not the answer. Spirit wants you to be able to self-direct with your intuition, because your spirit is already guiding you. And they just need you to be able to trust your ability to hear Spirit is really the lesson, right? Okay. Then the end result is movement, choices, and decisions again. The Two of Pentacles. It's like, yes, we know you have choices to make, and we need you to know that you have the answers. We have given them to you. You hear us, but you're not willing to trust that you hear us. So trust that you hear us. That's the thing. I'm not going to really say anything else. I'm going to grab some oracle cards that may provide some additional confirmation. We have the Balsamic Moon. It says a time, balsamic. A time for healing. A time for healing. So this is about you healing. You also have meditate and contemplate. Oh, you know, like how you already have the answers within you. You're very close to achieving your goals, and expect powerful change. That's it. That's all. That's all of I'm gonna grab you a Lemurian card though, actually. Yeah, the overriding message that I'm getting is like, you're trying to cheat. Like, I just feel like the person watching this video, you are on YouTube being like, I need guidance, I need help. But like, Spirit was like, no, fuck that. You figure it out. This card is called the Portal Keeper. Portals are gateways to other layers of reality. They can be accessed through inner practices or externally. In places such as the planet's vortices, gently explore the edges of your existence. Spend time listening in the forest. Deepen your meditation practice. Dance yourself into ecstasy. Explore psychic tools and study new healing modalities. Healing, remember? If you feel lacking in purpose or life seems a little mundane, remember there is never a reason to be bored. What we experience with our physical senses is just the tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines to limitless discovery. So even this card was like, Portal Keeper. You can find it out. Go into the woods and listen. Like, that's the message. The message is you need to figure it out yourself. That's really it. I almost wish I could be more helpful to you, but I'm not, actually. And I'm not sad about it. Like, I've been through this hurdle. I remember what it's like. Go figure it out, okay? And I will see you in the next video. That's all you get from me. Bye. All right, pile 3. If you chose the owl bracelet, this is reading. All right, pile 3. And yours seems pretty clear cut to me. It appears as though finances seem to be the theme across all these readings, honestly. I guess that makes sense, but for you, it appears as though you're growing in patience, like you have been working really hard and you've been working a lot on your, I'm getting flashbacks to when, like a period in my own life when I was working a lot on my spiritual growth and evolution at the same time, having a lot of financial hardship and feeling like I'm doing all the work, why am I not getting the reward? Like, that's what it's giving me the energy of. And you have the 7 of Pentacles here, which shows like it's got this guy and he's like resting his head on his garden hoe and he's like looking at his crop like, come on, why are you not growing? And it's being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, which shows a guy that is working on, like it's an apprenticeship card, like working on his skill set, but this one is reversed, clarifying it. So it's like this impatience with not having abundance in your life, but actually not spending the time to fine tune and learn a new skill or refine the skill you do have or work on actual practical like skills. And you also have the Eight of Cups being clarified by the Ace of Swords, which is like a mental clarity leading you to walk away from things that are not serving you. There seems to be a lot of heaviness with all of this, like you're having to leave a lot behind. You also have the Nine of Swords clarifying the Knight of Swords, which is like just mental anguish over delays. It's like everything is taking too long. Like, why is it taking so long? I need this to happen now. Like, I'm so sick and tired of waiting. I can't take any more of this. What's gonna happen now? There's you also have the Nine of Wands as the card on the bottom of your deck, which is very much a like spiritual kind of perseverance card of like, not like, how do I keep going? Like, I'm so tired, like that kind of energy. And then you have the Two of Wands reverse clarified by the Six of Swords also in reverse, which is more like delays and indecision and being stuck and not being able to move forward like you want to. I'm going to, this is the baseline reading, so it's probably the energy you're entering the month of February with. So I'm going to build a pyramid on top of that, but my general instinct is knowing what I know about, you know, alchemy in the universe and how these processes tend to work, is you are stuck for a reason. And I'm sure you're like, I don't want to fucking hear that right now. I don't want to hear that it's all for a reason. If you say the words divine timing, I swear to God, but like, that's the thing. And I know that you probably don't want to hear that, but that's the fact that it's real. It's very real. Like, things have not yet fallen directly into place. And that's probably why you have so much delay and so much like, why, like, I need this to happen. I can't, if something doesn't happen soon, like, this is gonna get bad. You know, it's like that kind of energy. But when I'm gonna build this pyramid, we'll go from there. Hold on. Yeah, dude, Spirit really has jokes. Can I just say, Spirit's got jokes. So, the pyramid, right? I always say the most important cards in the pyramid are the base and the top. But the top is like the end, like the outcome card kind of thing, right? So your outcome card is the Two of Pentacles, or is it the Two of... This deck is weird because it's not actually listed. No, it's the Two of Wands, sorry. These cards are color-coded. So I just got a new camera. And this is the first like YouTube video I'm making with my new camera. It takes a new kind of memory card. They're much bigger. These are 128 gig memory cards. Apparently that's not big enough because my video just cut off in the middle of it. I did not know that. I can't actually see the back of the camera while I'm shooting. So I didn't know that it stopped recording. I assumed it was still going. It was not. I filled the memory card up, which is crazy. So, I just gave you a very passionate speech for all of I finished the reading. I did the whole reading. It was very passionate. It was saying all the things. I did fast forward the footage to see where it died, and it died when I was doing the, my pyramid clarification. So I'm just gonna backtrack and kind of recap it all. Hopefully, I'm sad because I give you guys like a speech. Okay, I did. Anyway, so let's backtrack a little bit. Back to where we were. I don't know exactly where I left off. I just know that it was here. All right, so what I said earlier, I don't think I caught it on camera, but what I said earlier was that you have the Eight of Wands at the bottom and the Two of Wands at the top. And then you have, which is like accelerated motion and also divine timing, which is ironic. But I think it's because you are moving into a state of becoming your highest self. That means there's a lot of accelerated motion around becoming that, but you yourself aren't seeing that because you are in a state of transition. You have the death card over here, and the death card in this deck, it's called transformation, but you're in the process of becoming the new version of you that you need to be to step into that role. And so you feel like you're static, but you're not static. It's just that everything has to align just so, and you have to finish this alchemical process before you can move forward into it. You have the 9 of Cups here. You have the 3 of Cups here. This is fulfillment wishes. This is the genie card. This is rejoicing and celebrating and having friends, and like it's really beautiful energy that's coming eventually, but you have to get through this process of this alchemical process that you're going through right now, which is a little uncomfortable. You also had, for our oracle cards, the first one that came out was believe in the impossible, and you also had nothing is set in stone. It's about like, if you don't complete this process, then like these fulfillment of wishes and all this rejoicing and celebrating, it's not done yet. It's not set. It's not clicked in. You have to actually complete the process of becoming the person who steps into that life. You also have nothing will come with the situation, and that card ended up next to the delay and like this kind of heartbreak wrenching, like things aren't working out, like things aren't, the certain things, and for a lot of people I think it might actually be like you were hoping that this person would come forward and like make an offer of love or something, or some kind of offer that's not coming, and you're heartbroken by it, and like that's not happening. That's not, like, that situation's not going to evolve, and it seems heartbreaking right now, but like that's because you don't know how good things are going to get later. And then you also had step out of your comfort zone, North Node. The North Node is the astrological correlation to your highest truth. It's your destiny, right? So this is you aligning with your destiny, which is a very uncomfortable process. I know this process well, which is why I get so passionate about it. I give you a very passionate speech. I'm very mad the camera didn't record it. But like, I am very passionate about this. I know this process. It is really intense, really heavy, but it is beautiful, and it is taking you to a place that is going to really bring you a lot of joy and happiness in your life. And then you also had growth come out. It says seek out a mentor or guide, take baby steps as you grow, and be willing to learn from others. I do offer like spiritual coaching sessions that are tarot led and guided, but then it's just me, you on a Zoom call, having a talk, and then I'll use the cards and blah, blah, blah. But however, I am traveling, and so my calendar is actually closed off until March, so I can't even help you in February. And then you had strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. And the thing about that is, like, even when these things aren't working and you feel like things are stagnant, things aren't working, or like things are collapsing or whatever, there's gifts in that. It's the universe trying to help you, even though it's like, well, I don't want to be helped like this. This hurts, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's really the best thing for you. You also have compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and in others. If you have somebody in your life that you love and cherish and you think is the most amazing human being, I want you to imagine how you would treat them if they were going through what you're going through, and then treat yourself that way. You need to treat yourself the way you would treat somebody that you love and care about tremendously, because that is the kind of love, self-love, and guidance that you need to properly step into that kind of phase and that mode. And then you also have passion. Do what excites you. Get fired up about your life and increase your energy levels. And if you are moving into a place that is aligning you with your life's highest purpose, then it will inevitably be aligned with the things that you are passionate about and good at. And so another way that you can help accelerate this process is by actually leaning into the things that you are good at and that you are passionate about and that make you happy. Even if they aren't fiscally beneficial at this particular moment, leaning into them and working on them and doing them is going to help you move forward into this state of your life. And then I pulled one Lemurian card. This card is actually called Alignment, and when I originally pulled it, which you didn't get to see, I was like, oh, look at alignment, blah, 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 blah. I didn't stack the deck, you watched me, this is all organic, you saw me pull all these cards, but you didn't. Sorry, the card's called Alignment. You can manifest a life you wish to call in. Look at where your desires are being seated. If your plans or dreams aren't unfolding as you would like, take a closer look at other areas in your life. Is something out of step with integrity? Are you making decisions through fear or love? If it is through fear or avoidance, your manifestations may seem to backfire. To encourage you back into balance, become a vibrational match for what you desire. Instead of striving harder, cultivate the feeling of already having all you seek. You will be surprised at what the shift and perspective creates. And this is kind of a watered down, new agey kind of way to say it, because everyone in the like manifestation law of attraction community is always like, you attract what you are, you have to be that already. But like, a much more simplified and realistic and actual grounded approach to that is to say that like, you in order to go through this transformation process, which you are going through, you have to become that person. It's not envisioning that you're that person. You have to actually fucking become that person. That involves actual change in your life, in your actions, in your character, in your thinking process, in your everything about you has to change, and that is very uncomfortable, which is what you're probably going through. But that's the kind of transformation that is spirit-led, that's going to guide you to where you need to be. So, if this was helpful, I would love to hear a comment from you, pile 3, because this is a really intense reading. I know this energy well. It's a lot, but it's beautiful at the end. And if you appreciated this at all, I will appreciate greatly if you could comment, like, subscribe, etc. Like, it helps me. I'm losing subscribers by the day. I don't know why, but I am. So please help. Please hit subscribe and like it for the love of God. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.